Well, Mervin, it is your time. It is your time to shine.
Hey man, look, I ain't got to really say much about it. Cowboys came out and got the victory. They did what they were supposed to do. Honestly, like they did what they were supposed to do on Monday. This what
Yes, they did.
the Cowboys are clearly the superior team to the Eagles. Um, Eagles put on a good show in Week 1 against San Francisco. But even if you ask me,
The show stopped then.
I still don't know what San Francisco is. San Francisco played a good game on Sunday, which we're going to talk about. But I'm still not 100% sure on what they are. But they played a good game Week 1, and then Week 2, who did they lose to? No, I lied. They played Atlanta Week 1, put on a good game against them, and then got beat by San Francisco last week. Right?
They won game one, lost last two
Yeah,
games. So who
yeah,
did they play
essentially.
last week?
Right. So, and then the Cowboys, who I honestly, and I said this in the video, and I mean this 100%. Ashley, if you want to dog me for it, I'm fully ready for it. If the Cowboys are playing anybody not named Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers in Week 1, they're 3-0 right now, and I mean that
No, sir.
100% because
No, sir. Y'all barely beat Justin Herbert when Justin Herbert was having terrible, not terrible game, but he was having, he didn't have the game he had last week. Justin Herbert was playing pause. They had 99 yards and penalties when y'all won, and y'all barely
not our fault,
won.
not our fault.
But you're saying y'all were gonna be 3-0.
So
Y'all
yes,
barely won last week. Talking about y'all would have been
okay,
3-0.
and you know
You
what?
have
You're
a loss.
okay.
You barely won last week, and you obliterated the Eagles. Yes, but look at
Yes.
them two games. You have a loss, and you barely won.
But again,
you're saying if we played somebody other than Tom Brady, we would have been 3-0.
but
You barely won last week. Don't hold on. This is why I'm not on the board with Cowboys fans.
that's fair.
Y'all get one little win against.
No.
Y'all get one little win, and then y'all just go.
No, that's
you
not.
just talk
See,
out the side of your
no,
necks after
no,
that.
no. Because what you will not hear me say, because of course the TV shows are already doing it. Are the Cowboys one of the best teams in the NFC? Are they legit contenders? You're not going to hear that from me today. That's not here.
Pause.
That's
But you just said you're not going to hear you say are the Cowboys one of the best teams in NFC East. We before the season said that the Cowboys would be the best team in the NFC East.
no. I said in the NFC. Period.
Okay, I'm about to say in the
Yeah,
NFC
yeah.
East, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We knew that
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the season.
That's
This is the literally worst division in
Yeah,
football. We just
but you're not going to hear me talking about NFC championships, Super Bowl, none of that stuff.
because you ain't a fool.
I'm not. Thank you.
That's why.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you for
That's
finally
why.
complimenting me backhandedly, but I'll take it.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, they did what they were supposed to do. I mean, the Eagles couldn't do nothing. The Cowboys ran the game plan that they were supposed to. I don't know why the Eagles game plan was terrible because Miles Sanders got 24 yards on a run, and it's like they
Listen.
never went back to him. I don't understand why.
Listen, Nick Sirianni, I'm sorry.
Bruh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not a head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Nick Sirianni, could have called some better plays than what you did.
Right. And then
Pause. You got my point. At the very beginning of the game, Miles Sanders' first carry of the game went for 24 yards. I was watching the game like, okay.
it's like, oh my God, we can't stop the. Anytime that happens, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, we can't stop the run. We're in for a long night.
So I'm like, okay, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked good. That 24-yarder looked good.
Yeah.
But then he only got one more carry for the rest of the night, and their other running back got one carry. Sir, you have Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts, he had a terrible game. Jalen
Yes, he
Hurts
did.
knows he
Yes,
had a
he did.
terrible game. He knows. But Jalen Hurts, he's basically a rookie quarterback.
That was his seventh start on Monday.
Seventh start. He's
Yeah.
basically a rookie quarterback. Why do you have this man throwing the ball 39 times?
Well, when you're behind, you really have no choice. But yeah.
No, but not even behind. They only had 3 runs from the running backs.
No, I know.
Like, at the beginning, why is he throwing the ball so much? The Cowboys, there was one point in the game where the Cowboys had 19 first downs compared to 9 plays ran by the Eagles.
I think it was.
At that point,
Yeah, I think
You think it was
I think at halftime we had more first. I don't know if that's the same time period, but yeah, at halftime we had more first downs than the Eagles had plays.
my thing is, if the Cowboys, because it was clear when it came to time of possession that the Cowboys had, it was 3 and out for the Eagles half the time, but it was clear that the Cowboys had more time of possession. My thing
essentially
is,
35 to 25, yeah.
If the Cowboys are running the ball and they're taking time off the clock, etc., and you keep getting 3-and-outs, and your very first run was 24 yards, why don't you try to run the ball? Why don't you try to run the ball? If you keep passing it and it is not working, why don't you try to run the ball? Even when it comes to time of possession, that give you some time, more time to, call a play, more time to get downfield. Why aren't you running the ball? I just don't understand.
Look, I don't get it.
I just don't understand.
I'm not gonna complain about it because it helped my team out, but I mean,
but you know that it's like terrible coaching.
Yes, it is.
You ran the ball 3 times against the Cowboys, who ran it all night long. I'm sorry, did he forget he had running backs? You couldn't have forgot you had running backs because Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard just run it all up down the field. You couldn't forgotten about the run. I'm just so confused as to what was going on. I was literally like, the Cowboys dominated, yes, but the Eagles lost more than the Cowboys won. I don't know what I was watching. I really don't. I was literally watching the game, and
I'll let you have that.
I didn't know what I was watching.
I'll let you have that because you're pretty much right on there. Yeah, the Cowboys had. I don't know. I can't see. Oh, here we go. So first half, the Cowboys had 19 first downs, and the Eagles had 18 total offensive plays. Yeah. So, and then like the time of possession is just ridiculous. Like I said, the Cowboys had the ball for essentially 35 minutes to the Eagles only having it 25. And a lot of that was in the second half where the Eagles had the ball more because the Cowboys were still just scoring at will. But I must say, speaking of the first half, we talked, you just said it, we're not head coaches. We're not in the league. We're not one of the 32. We don't make all the decisions. But there is a decision that I'm still not happy about. And it's the second week in a row that we've had to talk about Mike McCarthy and time management.
In the timing?
Yes.
I understand. I was looking at the same thing.
So, you see, it's bad when we agree on something.
Absolutely.
Because you're at the end of the first half. You're up 20-7. A 13-point ball game is still a close ball game. All it takes
is it not?
All it takes is one deep pass and you're in the end zone. Bam, now it's 20-14. Now it's a one-score ball game. It was a third and I don't remember how long. And there was like a minute something left. Why are we not calling timeouts? We had to. Or at the very least, okay, you save one. Call the timeout after that third down because you knew they weren't going to go for it on fourth down. Or even if they did and you stop them short, you still have a timeout in the bag. I would much rather go into the half up 23-7 possibly. Because even if we march down and miss, at least we tried. But I would rather at least have that opportunity than for the... you should know that if the ref is walking up to you asking, hey, coach, you finna take a timeout here? That's probably a clear signal. Maybe I should be taking a timeout here. Because everybody knows the situation. Everybody knows what's going on here. I'm watching at the bar with the homies. And I'm like, why are we not calling a timeout? I don't think you said it. But, I mean, they even said on the broadcast. Peyton Manning said it with him and Eli. Why are they not taking a timeout here?
You could see the Eagles running the clock down.
Yes.
That's how bad it was. You could tell they were running the clock down.
Yes. Like it was
That's
was
how
clear.
bad it was.
It was obvious. Like, no, if in that situation, if I'm the other coach, I'm like, I told my punt team we got 30 more seconds because I'm sure they finna call a timeout, but I mean, I guess just go ahead and get out there. They just not gonna call a timeout. We're just gonna run the clock down to 1 and then maybe punt it. I don't know, but that made absolutely no sense. I don't understand what he was thinking there, and I don't think I want to know because if he says it out loud, he said it out loud. I don't remember what garbage him and Jerry put out there, but it was terrible. There are games. There are going to be games. We saw it last week. There are going to be games where where it's one possession. And that valuable 30 to 40 seconds can cost you a game. Against a better team, and it feels a tight scenario, it would have cost us a game.
I agree. You know what else, could potentially cost you a game?
What?
A missed extra kick.
Yes.
That too can cost you a game. You know what I'm saying?
Why are we missing chip shots, Greg? A 32-yard is... You made... Bro, I was singing your praises last week because you made 56. I need you to make your extra points, buddy. I Here's what I don't need, and this is to you, Cowboys. Ashley, turn away. I don't need y'all doing stuff, and then I get a text 2 seconds after it's on the TV from Ashley laughing and being a jerk, because that happened twice. To be fair, the fumble, I put that on the offensive line because why was there not enough protection, and on the play calling for once. Why are we throwing that? Why are we throwing that out the end zone?
It's three different things here. Okay.
Okay.
It was the offensive line.
Yes.
Okay. It was the play call.
And it was Dak holding on the ball too long.
Why are you throwing the ball? But the reason why Dak was holding on the ball too long is because your boy CeeDee Lamb, his route, he fell on his route. And that's who it was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you like I saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So three things.
Yeah.
You know? So it was everybody.
Hey, that,
it was everybody.
and again, this was a game where stuff like that really didn't matter because clearly we were going to win that game from snap one. We were the better team, but
no, not from snap one. I was like, I knew y'all were going to win the game too. Listen, I said Cowboys are the better team in the NFC East because the NFC East is terrible, but you know. The 24-yard run looked good.
It did.
Miles Sanders' run looked good.
It did.
And then you just abandoned it. You abandoned the run. Come on, Nick Sirianni. What you got going on over there, sir? It just, I just, poor Jalen Hurts. Listen, the boy looked defeated. He had a bad game.
Yeah.
But he is still considered a rookie quarterback starting. I just... you
got to put him in a better situation than that, man. You have to put him in a better situation.
Yeah, run the ball.
Yeah,
give him run the ball.
And also, real quick before we move on to the next, Trayvon Diggs better be a Pro Bowler this year because he has been absolutely balling.
He did
out.
his thing. He did his thing.
Absolutely balling out. I'm just putting that out there.
He has hands. He has hands like a receiver. I have noticed that interception, that pick six, when it was supposed to go to Devontae Smith, those were strictly hands.
That was hands. Hey man, him and his it must be a family thing.
It was also though Jalen Hurts letting him know that he was about to throw it to Devontae Smith.
They did a film breakdown on that yesterday on ESPN, and like his eyes were on Devontae Smith the entire time.
Exactly, but also it was an out route, and he threw it on the inside.
Yeah.
So, everything went right in that play, I will say.
But I said...
If you a corner, that's a play you want.
Like I said a couple of weeks ago, these are plays that last year might not make because for some reason the defense isn't in the right spot. I'm just saying. So shout out to Dan Quinn.
Micah Parsons, I don't understand. Each week, you don't ever shout out Micah Parsons.
Look, man, it's so many people to talk about. I'll be forgetting.
It's so many people to talk about. He is balling.
Look, you know what? It's weird. This ain't the first time that the Cowboys have had a player fall into their laps because of something Denver did. 2016, Dallas was going to get Paxton Lynch, but Denver got him at the end of the first round. We ended up with Dak Prescott. 2021, Dallas was going to get either J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. Denver got one of them. Carolina got the other one. We moved back. We end up with Micah Parsons.
I remember you texting me pissed.
I was livid. I texted you and Dez pissed because of that. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Micah Parsons because he's balling. He's a dog. He's a dog out there.
Micah Parsons is balling so much. Lane Johnson, he exchanged jerseys with Micah Parsons after the game because he's like, man, you got the best of me. I'm appreciating this though. The offensive linemen, letting these, ends, letting them know, hey.
I took a whipping today. Yeah.
You got the best of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciating that. Own it. Own it. Well, the Cowboys play the Panthers next. Listen, I said this at the beginning of the season after the Buccaneers. The Cowboys don't have anybody else. They don't have a playoff team until week 11. So there should be no excuse.
And it doesn't help It doesn't help that Christian McCaffrey got hurt last week.
Exactly. Christian McCaffrey not even going to be in the game. So also no J.C. Horn. So it doesn't. It doesn't. If the Cowboys don't,
if the Cowboys aren't
season,
8-1, 7-2, somewhere in there, by the time they play the Chiefs, then something has gone terribly wrong.
But, that's very on brand for the Cowboys,
Yes, it is.
which is why I will never root for the Cowboys. It's always something. It is always something, But hey, shout out to the win. Shout out to Zeke. He's still, I'm still waiting on that explosive game from Zeke. But hey, what I'm saying? He had a good game. I mean, the Eagles, I'm sorry. The defense was doing nothing. It wasn't just the offense, the defense too. I mean, but shout out to him. Shout out to Tony Pollard. Listen, Cowboys fans rejoice this season with Tony Pollard and the Ezekiel Elliott, because that is a great. I think y'all have one of the best duos right now in football. One of the best. I didn't say the best. One of the best duos right now, because your boy Tony Pollard is still beating your boy Zeke in yards per carry. But hey, Zeke's still, he's still getting out here. So shout out to you, Zeke. I'm waiting for that breakout game. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I got to give you a shout out because I sure was talking about you last week.
Thank you. On his behalf, thank you.
I was about to say, was that supposed to be Zeke's voice?
No, I was saying on his behalf.